Hello everyone. As we all know, beavers are smart and cute animals. They can build dams and their own dens. Today, our science talk discusses this incredible creature. So firstly, let me introduce this kind of cute animals. For centuries, beavers have fascinated people across cultures, from folktales to modern documentaries. As nature's master engineers, they don't just build dams, they transform entire landscapes. Yet, beyond their iconic lodges and flooded meadows, what effect do these busy mammals have on their wild neighbors? A recent study from southern Finland's Evo region reveals a remarkable answer. Where beavers build, moose follow, and their presence is felt throughout the year, from the lush bursts of spring to the deep snows of winter. So how do the researchers get the result? What did they do? Let us move on to talk about it. Nestled within a 39 square kilometer watershed, the Evo region is a patchwork of tiny clear lakes, dense boreal forest, and scattered wetlands. Over the past few decades, American beavers have quietly reshaped this landscape. Every few years, they move from one lake to another, building new dams, flooding forest patches, and then abandoning old sites as they search for fresh resources. These beaver-made wetlands are dynamic places, with some sites recently deserted and others boasting decades of beavers' history. The result is a constantly shifting mosaic of habitats, each at a different stage of regrowth and renewal. But what does this mean for the animals that share these woods and waters? To find the beaver's broader ecological impact, researchers at the University of Helsinki set up a clever field experiment. They select 20 study sites, 10 ponds where beavers had recently been at work, and 10 control lakes untouched by beavers. Over 8 months, they placed motion activated cameras at each site, capturing day and night images of every animal that they interested in, and in winter they return to these spots. This time they armed with notebooks and snowshoes, count and identify animal tracks just day after each fresh snowfall. This dual approach, using both technology and old-fashioned tracking method, offered a clear window for us to which animals preferred which habitats and how those preferences shifted with the seasons and beavers. So part 3, we will move on to the results and discussing section. So as we can see, the results were as uniform as they were striking. Compared to control areas, beaver-modified wetlands had significantly higher levels of activity from moose, the largest mammals in Finland woodlands. Beaver ponds became a moose hotspot through the warm spring, summer, and fall seasons. The explanation was straightforward and obvious. Open clearings exploded with fresh life following flooding. In the moist, sunny ground, moose favorite samplings of willow, birch, and aspen grew very well. These clearings continued to be lush with regrowing trees and bushes long after beaver had left, drawing brothers for years. An even more striking illustration of the beaver's impact came with winter. Nearly all of the food accessible to large herbivores can be buried by deep snow in part of the Finland. And beaver ponds, however, the situation was different. When most plants were out of reach, the beaver left branches and bark, often fallen trees and granite limbs, jutted up above the snow cover, providing an all-common and welcome food supply. Compared to unspoiled forest, the structure of these wetland borders was more open and less conflict-choked, which also made it simpler, easier for moose to roam about and feed. Even during the most severe months like December and November, moose continue to return to these beaver-modified environments, as evidenced by the patterns of their tracks in the snow and the camera traps. The length of time that the beaver's effect lasts may be what makes these results more interesting. The study team saw that moose still came to ponds that had been left empty by beavers 5, 10 or more years before, because the plants they liked were still growing here. It looks like the engineering work done by beavers has effects that spread through time and help mammals for a long time to come. In the end, beavers don't just build homes for themselves. they change the whole environment, which helps moose and many other species for years after they leave. The beaver is a real ecosystem engineer in Finland's boreal forest, as shown by the lasting impact. So finally, let us have a conclusion. Dr. Nurmi, one of the lead researchers, links beavers to setting the table for moose and other mammals by creating and maintaining a patchwork of open, food-rich wetlands. Beavers give browsers exactly what they need, especially in winter. This new understanding of beaver ecology is not just a curiosity, it has big implications for biodiversity and forest management. Where beavers are present, the entire ecosystem becomes richer and more dynamic, supporting a greater variety of plant and animal life. For now, one thing is clear: where beavers build, most benefits. By following footprints through snow and analyze countless camera trap images, scientists are piecing together the hidden ways these remarkable rodents shape the world around them. Just as nature's architects, beavers don't just change their own lives, they create lasting opportunities for their woodland neighbors, seasons after seasons. Numi said.